This is a truly anomalous formation. It's unlike anything that we've seen so far.
Let's go to Mars.
Welcome to Screen Recaps, and today we are going to recapping the movie Mission to Mars. In the year 2020 AD, a mission is launched with the goal of carrying humans to Mars for the first time. The mission's 4 crew members, upon arriving on the planet, discover a mysterious geologic formation in their vicinity. After transmitting their findings back to the command center on the World Space Station, they head for the site to try and learn more. When they arrive at the formation, they notice a strange sound, which they assume to be interference from their Mars rover. While attempting to scan the formation with radar, a large vortex forms around the structure, which envelopes and kills 2 of the mission's crew. A 3rd member was killed when a large rock breaks her visor, exposing her to the Martian atmosphere. Only the mission's commander, Luke Graham, survives. Despite the damage, Graham manages to upload 1 transmission to the Remo orbiting Mars. After receiving Commander Graham's garbled message informing of his crew members' deaths, the Earth Command Center hastily dispatches another Mars mission. The crew of this new mission includes Commander Woodrow, Co-Commander Jim McConnell, and mission specialists Terry Fisher and Phil Ohlmeyer. The goal of the mission is to investigate the tragedy and bring back any survivors. As the ship is being prepared for its orbital insertion around the red planet, a swarm of micrometeorites collides with the ship and compromises the ship's hull, causing an atmosphere leak. The crew works quickly to repair the hole, troubleshooting where the damage is located, and then using a liquid to help Woody apply the patch. Jim nearly asphyxiates in the incident, but survives. Unbeknownst to the crew, the fuel tanks were also damaged, and when they ignite the main engines, the resulting fuel explosion destroys the ship. They quickly don pressure suits and abandon it, hoping to maneuver their way to the Remo. Circumstances are unfavorable, though, as the Remo is moving more quickly than the tethered astronauts. Woody concludes the only hope of a successful rendezvous with the Remo is for him to launch himself directly at it, using the remainder of his jetpack fuel, carrying a line from the others. He successfully attaches the cable to the Remo, but is unable to stop himself as he does and floats helplessly away toward the planet. Terry, wanting to save him, decides to cut her line. Woody, not wanting Terry to be harmed, commits suicide by taking off his helmet. When the remaining crew arrive on the red planet, they find Luke, the captain of the first team, still alive. He seems a bit crazed from the isolation and the deaths of his crew, but he's able to tell the rescuers about his crew's findings and informs them that the formation found was the face. He had spent the time alone attempting to learn the secrets of the mysterious structure. He shows the rescue team his most significant clue, a recording of the noise heard in the area of the formation. He had found, after several months of analysis, that the sound was a map of human DNA in XYZ coordinates. Together, they discovered that the mysterious signals are actually a prompt, requiring input of 1 missing pair of chromosomes which would complete human DNA. The crew dispatches a robot to send the completed signal, at which time an opening appears in the side of the structure. Curious, they venture inside and are soon sealed in and discover Earth-like atmospheric conditions. They find a large dark room, and once they step inside, a 3-dimensional projection of the solar system appears. A humanoid hologram of a Martian appears, silently explaining that at some time in the distant past, Mars was hit by a planet-killer asteroid which decimated the Martian ecosystem. The Martians were forced to evacuate their home planet and find other places to settle. During their evacuation, however, they also dispatched elementary life forms of their own to the nearby planet Earth. Over the billions of years following this seed scattering, panspermia, these life forms eventually became the humans who would one day land on Mars and be recognized as the descendants of that ancient Martian experiment. As the image of the Martian fades away, an invitation is offered for one of the astronauts to follow the Martians to one of their new home planets. Jim McConnell decides to go, and after their farewells, the rest of the surviving crew head back to Earth. Jim stands in a cylinder that rapidly fills with clear liquid. After a few seconds submerged, he finds that he can breathe the fluid. As the rest of the crew head toward Earth, they watch in curiosity as Jim, now inside a Martian craft, races away at speeds hundreds of times faster than their ship into deep space.